going to call Motherhood Issues with Frank Beard from ZZ Top. Now, I don't remember. Yeah, Frank was the one that didn't have the beard. Okay, so, report card time. I don't know. Let's say you were in first grade and you got a report card. And, the teacher gave it to you and said, "This is your report card," and you take it home and give it to mom. In first grade, you can't read. In first grade, do you know that there's something in words that you can't read them, but you know that you can send messages by that? That thing that they do, they call it writing. Write it down, and they'll write it down and pass a message. And I don't know how to read and write, but they do. And on the TV, at the end of the TV program, all of that, what they call writing, goes scrolling down. At the end of the TV show, what does that all mean? Because that's what you do when you're in first grade before you learn how to read and write. You know there's something to reading and writing. You know there's something to that. Anyways, you ignore it because it's just at the end of the TV show, because it's just the way it is. Later in life, quite often, like modern day, quite often people prefer to type out with finger typing on their messenger smartphone. Seems like most people much prefer to type it out through their fingers. Using all those letters and text that use what you originally started using, your voice and your ears. When you were a child, when you were first communicating with mom, like, "I need my diapers changed, mom." Your fingers weren't trained how to do the typing and the walking. No. I think you need to go back to using your voice. Because it activates your throat chakra, which helps get your kundalini going up into the higher centers. So you can activate your third eye and your crown chakra and all these soul star things down below your feet. And because it's, when you start off doing hatha yoga and the yoga poses, or kundalini hot yoga or whatever, that's a physical yoga, but you have to understand that this comes from India, and it's not just hatha yoga that comes. It comes with all the other stuff that comes with it to do with you and the nature of your latent powers. Latent, Latent. It means that the powers are there, but they're not awake. They're waiting for you. And you might accidentally fire them up when you're doing hatha yoga. Or you might on purpose say, "I don't want nothing to do with kundalini fire and shakti shanti and om and me starting to, wear saris and sandals and dream of warm climates, like on the coastline of India around Goa, where the hippies used to go in the 1960s and drop acid and wander into the forest and see if there was any cobras or anything that wanted to talk." I didn't know about that last part. I don't know. Do I have a fear of snakes? My brain reports yes. Why? Why? It's accessing memory, and memory, as if I see a snake, I don't want to go anywhere near it. Could I be trained to take a snake around my neck? A pet snake of somebody else's? Nope. Nope. Nope, don't like snakes. What about Kundalini fire and the snake energy that they call it? Well, would a rose by any of their names smell as sweet? Francis Bacon playing William Shakespeare. Okay, we have to be moving along. Okay, so motherhood issues are about report card time. Well, it's just, at some point in time, maybe by the time you start to read a little bit, maybe by, I don't know, third grade, certainly by fourth grade, you read your report card before you take it home. And some kids conveniently throw the report card down the street sewer. The grading. On the way home, there's grading, and it goes down to the sewer, takes it away to the waste treatment plant. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, some kids, they don't like what they see. Yeah, they just drop that in there. Bye-bye. And then, whether mom didn't know that there was a report card in grade 3, then no problem. And, you keep doing it until like 7th grade. And my mom never figured out there was report cards. And maybe mom was like you and she didn't like report cards because she didn't do well on them too. So she doesn't ask about it. And you don't talk about it. And you're both super happy. Or you might have somebody who's like, where's your report card, dear? Let me see it. You better go show it to Grandma. And if it's good, college boy, you stupid asshole, fuckface. Or if it's shitty, it's like, you're a dumb bunny, aren't you? Anyways, one way or another, you're being judged. And you're always being judged. And, you're always being judged. So, well, I mean, if you judge children, and you write it down on a piece of paper, I don't know, when you're like 6, 7 years old, you start getting reported on by other adults. I don't know. Oh, well, then when I get to be an adult of an advanced age, I'm going to start making report cards on adults and possibly others. I don't know. Because this world is not to my liking, and I'm using my throat chakra to talk about it. Because just because, that's just, I just can breathe, I just breathe, and then the words just come out. I cannot breathe, and when I breathe, the words come out. I don't know what else to do. Well, I suppose I could turn to the wall and, not broadcast all this stuff, but that's what it's called. It's YouTube. It's my channel, and I'm going to talk about it. You think somehow that it should be kept in the family? Well, I'm going to give you a big wake-up call. Mitochondrial DNA says that we all have a common grandma in human history. So we are, all of us here on Earth, are one species, according to biologists. So, you stupid fuckface monkey, you're my brother or my sister or my indeterminate. You are my fucking family. Fuckfaces and assholes, people I absolutely detest and hate, vile and low. I mean, if you're going to give me a report card and make me follow your school curriculum that starts with kindergarten, then I'm going to hold your fucking feet to the fire. And I'm going to tell you, when you are going to have to go back to kindergarten and redo that part of it. The primary software implemented when you were in kindergarten or pre-kindergarten or nursery school was being kind to others and sharing. And as an adult, using your eyes and your intelligence and your foresight for you to come up to the level of looking at your civilization and saying, is this up to snuff? Because it ain't. There's a lot more intelligence that goes into building the new Nipigon Bridge in Nipigon, Ontario, than there is for planning for the whole of human civilization. And that's gotta change. And I've seen nothing but assholes that are just like, fuck, it ain't my job, Bob. And then when I take on the job, it's like I get nothing but hatred towards me. Absolute hatred. So, I know. I'm just gonna call a spade, and if you're a disgusting fucking person, a greedy fucking glutton, and you got so much, and you refuse to share, I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm gonna say your original programming from the time when you were 3, 4, 5 years old was share and be kind. And I don't see you sharing, and I don't see you being kind. So I'm just going to say, on your adult report card, you got F for flunk. Go back to nursery school. Because you need to be stripped of your status as an adult. You need to be called a minor child. And you need to be made a ward of a guardian whose job is, if you're not at 540 on the scale of human consciousness, then you're breaking galactic law. So it's going to be like, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, etc., being the men in black, coming around to pick you up and deal with you like you're a nasty extraterrestrial. Because galactic law is 540. And if you don't know nothing about it, ignorance doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to you. Scale of human consciousness is easily findable on the internet. 540, you can look it up and see, and then you can do your research. Because